Each year, Americans consume from 81 to 82 million gallons of olive oil, a huge number, showing the increasing demand for this healthy cooking oil. On average, each American uses about 0.29 to 0.35 gallons per year. All that oil is created by modern industrial machinery lines in factories worth trillions of USD. Right now, let's explore the olive oil production process. The olive tree is one of humanity's most ancient crops, and in California, they have found the perfect home. With the typical Mediterranean climate, cool winters, hot and dry summers, the California Central Valley becomes the ideal land. Over 40,000 acres of olive cultivation land, with 70% applying the modern super high density planting system. The dominant olive variety here is Arbequina from Spain, and Manzanillo, a versatile variety that can be used for both oil and fresh eating. An olive tree needs from 4 to 7 years from planting to start bearing fruit. But once mature, each acre can yield 3 to 4 tons of olives per year. The harvest season begins from September to November each year. The perfect time is when the fruit turns from green to light purple, the pré-veraison stage. This is when the oil content is highest and the flavor is most balanced. Timing is the key factor. Too early means lacking oil. Too late means losing aroma. In modern super high density olive groves, the mechanical harvester is the secret weapon. This giant machine moves through the tree rows, using a special vibration system to drop the fruit onto the collection conveyor belt. Impressive speed. One machine can harvest a whole hectare in a few hours. However, for ancient olive trees, people still prioritize harvesting by hand or handheld shakers to protect the tree branches. After harvesting, the clock starts counting down. High-end olive oil producers always race against time to get the fruit from the garden to the factory within 24 hours, even just a few hours. The reason? Olives begin to oxidize immediately after leaving the tree, affecting the oil quality. Therefore, specialized trucks continuously transport fresh olives to the pressing plant. Welcome to the modern olive oil processing center. When tons of fresh olives arrive at the factory, the first stage is quality control. Experts take random samples from each shipment to check moisture, free acidity, and sensory evaluation. Then, olives are weighed and classified by quality. The best batches will be processed separately to create premium extra virgin oil. The next step is extremely important: cleaning. Olives are poured into a large hopper and moved on a conveyor belt through an automated washing system. Clean water sprays strongly from many angles to remove dust, leaves, small twigs, and pesticide residues. Some systems even use air blowers to separate light debris. This not only ensures hygiene, but also protects machinery dust, and gravel can damage the crusher and reduce equipment lifespan from 25 years down to only 5 years. This is the heart of the process: crushing the olives. Clean olives are fed into an industrial crusher, which can be a metal hammer mill or traditional stone mill. Both the olive fruit and pit are crushed into a smooth paste mixture called olive paste. This stage is extremely important because it breaks the cell membranes containing oil, releasing tiny oil droplets. Temperature must be strictly controlled, not exceeding 80 degrees F, to ensure this is high-quality, cold-pressed oil. Next is the malaxation step, a term that sounds complex but is actually just mixing. The olive paste mixture is put into a cylindrical mixer with spiral blades rotating slowly at a speed of about 15 to 20 RPM. This process lasts from 30 to 60 minutes. Why is it so important? Because during the mixing process, tiny oil droplets will combine into larger drops, easily separating from water and solids. Some modern factories even mix in a nitrogen environment with only 2% oxygen to reduce oxidation, creating oil richer in antioxidants. And here is the most magical moment separating the oil. In the old days, people used hydraulic presses, but today 99% of factories use modern centrifugal systems. Olive paste is pumped into a giant horizontal centrifuge spinning at 3,000 RPM. Strong centrifugal force separates components by density. The heaviest solids fly outward, vegetable water in the middle, and the lightest olive oil in the center. An internal screw continuously pushes solids out. Water is added to optimize the separation process. The result? 3 separate streams: golden oil, brown water, and olive pomace. But the job isn't finished. Crude oil from the horizontal centrifuge still contains a small amount of water and impurities. That is why it must go through a vertical centrifuge, an additional refining step. The vertical centrifuge spins at a higher speed, using warm water to completely separate oil from remaining water. Important note, the first 5 liters of oil out of the machine are usually discarded because they may contain residue from the previous batch. After separation is done, pure olive oil is pumped into stainless steel tanks with conical bottoms. Here, the oil undergoes decanting natural settling by gravity for 3 to 4 days. Sediment particles and small amounts of remaining water will sink to the bottom of the conical tank and be drained out. The ideal storage temperature is 59 to 63 degrees F in a light-free environment. These tanks are sealed tight to avoid contact with air and oxidation. To get perfectly clear olive oil, the filtration step is mandatory. Oil from the storage tank is pumped through a paper filtration system or special filter plates. This process completely removes microscopic sediment particles, creating clear, shiny oil with no debris or moisture remaining. Some producers choose not to filter to preserve natural flavor, but the majority filter to make the product stable and have a longer shelf life. There is an interesting debate in the industry: to filter or not to filter. Both create excellent products, only differing in style. Before bottling, every batch of oil must undergo strict quality control. Chemical analysis experts check free acidity extra virgin oil must have acidity under 0.8%. They also measure peroxide content, an indicator of oxidation. But equally important is sensory evaluation. Professionally trained tasters will taste the oil to evaluate aroma, pungency, and balanced bitterness. Only oil batches meeting standards are allowed to bear the extra virgin olive oil label. Finally, the bottling stage. This is one of the most delicate steps because contact with air must be limited during oil transfer. Olive oil is pumped directly from the storage tank to the automated bottling line. Dark glass bottles or metal bottles are used to protect the oil from light. Automatic filling machines fill oil into each bottle with high precision. Then, caps are tightened by machine or hand, sealed to ensure safety. Each bottle is then labeled with detailed information: harvest date, origin, oil type, and storage instructions. Did you know that byproducts from the olive oil production process are also extremely valuable? The olive residue remaining after pressing, called pomace, still contains about 3 to 8% oil and is further processed to extract pomace oil used in industry and cooking. Olive wastewater containing many beneficial compounds is treated and used as organic fertilizer. Even crushed olive pits are used as biofuel. Nothing is wasted in this sustainable process. After bottling, olive oil is carefully packed into cartons and transported to distribution centers across the U.S. California is the main source of domestic olive oil for the U.S. market. However, the U.S. still imports over 350,000 tons of olive oil per year from the Mediterranean, forcing California products to compete fiercely. The special thing, California olive oil is often bottled and sold within a few weeks after harvest, much fresher than imported oil that has to be transported across the ocean, taking months. Finally, California olive oil reaches supermarkets, high-end food stores, and restaurants across the country. Consumers increasingly favor domestic products because of freshness and quality certification. The California Olive Oil Council has established the Extra Virgin Certification Program, ensuring the oil is pressed from 100% California olives and meets international standards. Seeing the Certified Extra Virgin California Olive Oil Council label means you know you are holding a high-quality product. From the green olive groves in California to the oil bottle on your table, a magical journey of technology, science, and passion. The California olive oil industry is worth tens of millions of dollars annually, creating jobs for thousands of people and providing excellent nutritious products. Next time you use olive oil, remember that behind every golden drop of oil is a complex, modern, and sustainable process.